Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for August 30, 2021, the Top 25 edition. We begin with that story from YaHoo Finance, rivaling the TI CPI. In this article, YaHoo Finance discusses the top 25 most corrupt countries in the world. Corruption can be find the top 5 in corruption as well, and they give their methodology, and they also include the CPI index score. They are not the same, although they are similar. So what are the top 5? Well, coming in at number 5 is Venezuela, number 4 Yemen, number 3 Syria, number 2 Somalia, and number 1 South Sudan. So South Sudan, you are the winner of the most corrupt country in the world contest, as demonstrated by YaHoo Finance. Next up, a aide to the current vice president of China, a former senior inspector at the country's top anti-corruption agency, has been charged with accepting nearly $71 million in bribes over 2 decades of his political career. Obviously, this bodes poorly for him moving forward as an anti-corruption specialist, and he's looking forward to a long prison term. Next up, from the Financial Times, China's anti-corruption watchdog is on the prowl again. This time, it's looking at the country's entertainment industry as Beijing tightens its grip on online celebrity and widens the scope of its crackdown on wealth and big business. Statement posted on the Central Committee's website cited a wave of negative news and singled out several celebrities who are accused of tax evasion, an insidious form of corruption. So the Chinese are using corruption in a variety of ways, and now they're going after their own entertainment industry. And finally, on a little bit different focus is from the Wall Street Journal, how to deal with stress in your life. The article by Elizabeth Bernstein says that you need to embrace it. When frustration, anxiety, fear start to cloud the mind, psychologists recommend an approach called acceptance that helps people deal with clear-headedly with tough situations. So when you're stuck and surrounding and suffering, you need to assess where you are and learn to live with it. I'm in a lot of organizations that is a common phrase. Acceptance is the key. Accept where you are and accept your surroundings. So workplace stress sounds like it could be a part of a 12-step program going forward. The article goes on to state that when you engage in acceptance, you don't suppress difficult emotions or bury them in a front of forced positivity. Instead, you can deal clear-headedly with the situation. Remember, even in life's toughest moments, there is often some good, even if it's a simple lesson to be learned. So acceptance is the key. It's a key in a lot of areas moving forward, and I hope that you can use it. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.